All right, welcome back, COSA 25 folks. Professor Almeida here. Happy Thursday morning, everyone. It's a cool and crisp Thursday, and since it's Halloween, I hope you have a safe and festive Halloween later on tonight. Coming up in this video, I want to talk to you about week 7, which opens up on Monday, November 4th, but as you know how these videos go, there are some housekeeping items, so we're going to start there, especially since you have assignments due this weekend. All right, so we'll start with the announcements. Hopefully you received this announcement with reminders on getting support in this class, whether it's talking amongst yourselves in the Open Collab forum, reaching out to COS tech support, or using the Canvas Live course chat. Speaking of the chat here, I will be in there later this morning from 9 until about 11:45 or so. So I'm not going to stay all the way until noon. I do need to leave the chat a little early, but you can always message me through the Canvas inbox. Now, I do my best to respond right away in the Canvas inbox during my student office hours, but outside of those hours, I do ask that you allow up to 24 to 36 hours for me to get back to you. I also want to mention the communication and online etiquette. This can be found in the welcome module, and I want to bring this up because with the Canvas inbox and the Canvas live chat, it's important to know how to properly contact folks, right? Whether you're messaging others or reaching out to me, it's important that you know how things work. But basically, in short, show professionalism. If you are in a discussion forum, make sure you stay on topic. Don't treat the chat or the Canvas inbox as if you were texting. And this one is very important. Please keep private messages private, okay? Especially in the live chat, you don't want to be disclosing personal info such as your student ID number. And then lastly, think before you post. When you're sending messages to faculty or staff, please write in a professional manner that includes opening your messaging or your message with an appropriate salutation. Dear Professor Almeida, using complete sentences, avoiding slang and abbreviations as if you were texting, proofreading, and then finally ending with appropriate closing along with your name. Time and time again, some folks message me repeatedly like it's a text message. That is not professional. So please make sure you take a look at this page. I've also linked to the LBCC Netiquette guidelines for online students. And if you scroll down, you'll see some additional guidelines specific to the live chat, the discussion forums, and messaging through the Canvas inbox. So please take a look at this before sending me a message or posting in the discussion forums or live chat. All right, moving on. I do have the syllabus schedule open here just to show you where we are at right now. So we are wrapping up week 6, and if you could believe it, we're going to be halfway through the course already. So weeks 5 and 6 are going to be due November 3rd. That is chapter 4 and 5. As usual, your training sims must be turned in on time. These are the easiest points to earn, and you don't want to leave them on the table. Everyone in the class should be getting 100% on the training sims. Again, it's the easiest set of points to get. They are all graded on completion. You just basically go through, fill up the progress meter with all the let me try tasks. And again, everyone should be getting 100% on those. You really don't want to leave points on the table. So again, your Chapter 4 and Chapter 5 training sims, guided and independent projects all due this Sunday, November 3rd. All right, week 7, advanced queries and reports. And by the way, week 8 will also open up. So week 7 and 8 will open together on Monday, November 4th. And we will be looking at advanced topics in queries, reports, and then later on with forms in chapter 7. So you can see that right here in the modules. And I do have the week 7 overview open here. The first bullet point is to understand what are called action queries. That is working with update queries, append queries, delete queries, and make table queries. And as a matter of fact, I do have access open here with a sample database. You can see I'm in query design. And you'll see right here in the query design tab, query type group, you have your make table, append, update, and delete queries. So how does this work? Let's say, for example, you need to update a record to a new value. So what you would do is find the field with what you want to update. You set the criteria to the primary key of that record, right? That unique identifier. And then you change this to an update query, and you'll see that the grid changes. And again, you specify what you want the criteria to be for that particular record, and then what that updated value is going to be for that field. And then to perform that update, you run the query. And it's the same idea with the delete query. You want to be careful when you are using the delete query out there, wherever you may be using Access in the workplace. So as you know by now, Access can be pretty unforgiving. So you want to be very careful when you are running these types of queries, especially with the delete query. You'll also see crosstab queries here. And that's another thing we will be getting into here, and that's done by using the query wizard. You could create what's called a crosstab query, and then there's also other queries using the wizard called find duplicate records and find unmatched records. So all that is covered in chapter 6. As before, go through the training sim, practice, and then tackle the projects. Okay, so you'll see that your action items for week 7, it's pretty much the usual, right? You have your training sim, your guided, and your independent project. So it's going to be the same pattern until we get to week 9. Now, once we're in week 9, we're going to introduce Gmetrics Moss Prep, and I'll give you more details when I record the announcement for week 9. You'll also see that point opportunities will be getting fewer and fewer. So again, you don't want to be leaving points on the table, folks. And with that, I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. Let's make sure that we are logging into Canvas, that we are completing our assignments. And if it seems like it's a lot, break it up into chunks. So maybe set aside some time to just knock out the training sim, and then maybe find another block to work on a guided project. And by doing so, you'll be lessening your workload. And of course, you don't want to leave things for the last minute. One last thing before I go, and that has to do with MDSC tutoring. I mentioned in the announcement that there is no tutor available from COSA 25. Of course, MDSC could always use a tutor for COSA 25. Now, COSA 50 folks, they have been exposed to Access, but I can't make any guarantees. So if you need to get a personal tutor for COSA 25, I would reach out to MDSC and ask them as far as getting tutoring. But there's also some other online resources as well. So if you have questions about that, message me through the Canvas inbox. All right, enjoy the rest of your week. Have a safe and festive Halloween, and I'll see you around. Thanks for watching.